Hey everybody, welcome back to the KASH Vision Podcast. It's your boy Karolina Kash. Cash Gang, we're back. It's been a while since I did a podcast, but we're back and we got two special guests in the building. To my left, we got Miss Jasmine Johnson.
Hey, what's up?
And to my right, we got Mr. Bugatti Bone. Y'all say what's up to them.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
So today we got a real special podcast. We're gonna keep it short and simple with this one. Because it's been a while since I've been back, so I got to get in the flow of things again. I've been shooting a lot of podcasts for other people and shit, but the biggest is back. Yeah, hand clap for that. Hand clap for that. Anyways, today we're gonna be having a special topic. But actually, we'll talk about the topic after I run the my very famous intro. So run the intro.
You need to stop with all the DMs asking for something. I ain't got nothing for you, baby. Just ask your nigga.
Okay, so the topic today is how do you move in a relationship being with somebody that's in the entertainment business? When I say entertainment business, Ms. Jasmine Johnson, she is a published model. She does a lot of stuff, but the modeling part is the part that we're gonna be really diving into as far as how does he feel about it? How do y'all move within that realm, within that world? How do y'all feel about it and stuff like that? So first, we're gonna start with you, Jasmine. You can introduce yourself, let them know who you are, what you do, how they can reach you, and then we'll get into it.
Hey, everybody. I'm Jasmine Johnson. You can find me on IG, Brown Skin Beauty, and on TikTok. You can also find me with Click Philly. I just signed to a new agency, and I plan on doing a lot
I
of.
said hand clap for the one time for that.
Yeah, hand clap for that.
And I plan on doing a lot of more commercial type of work with them. Last year, I did a Graco ad, Graco like strollers for the little babies. You know what I'm talking about. So I did that last year. So I'm just looking to do more industry work rather than like freelance work. Freelance it's a huge investment. Because you have to put in for your wardrobe. If the photographer or whoever you're working with is not providing, you have to provide your own gas to get where you're going.
Oh, yeah,
you have to, if they don't have hair and makeup on set, you're having to pay for your own hair and makeup. So I got to a point with freelance that it just got to be more of an investment than what I was making back.
Oh, totally understand.
So
I'm a published photographer myself, and I'm not paying for none of that shit for none of y'all. So it's what it is.
So you better bring your own.
Bring your own shit. You coming to take some pictures. I'm not doing none of that shit because most of the time I do model photography. I do that for free, for fun, because I love women. I love the art of women. But you're not coming here and getting no total makeover and all of that.
Yeah.
So I do understand, like, when you're trying to actually have a career. Most of these girls just want some pictures just so they can be like, new pic, who's this? I'm a model.
Yep.
Most of the females that come don't even be models, but and some of them come because they need a confidence boost, which I help out with that, make them feel beautiful, get their angles, and just have them step outside of the world of just being a mom or just being whatever. Because some women do need that. They need that. I just need some time to myself where I feel beautiful again. I'm not always in mom clothes and doing stuff for kids, and I do help out with that. With some girls, it's just really like an ego boost type thing. So I definitely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. There's so many different. Don't just get stuck in that cycle, ladies. Like if you're an aspiring model and you're a freelance model, and you're just shooting a lot of TFP, don't get stuck in that cycle because there's so many other lanes and niches you could be getting into. You could be branching off into acting.
Big
you could be
facts.
branching off into, like New York Fashion Week runway type of work. There's so many different avenues. So don't allow these photographers, I will call some of them a man with a camera, because a lot of these people out here aren't even authentic photographers. Let's
Facts.
just keep it up. Being for real.
Facts. Some of y'all niggas weird.
Yeah, some of them are real
Very much
weird.
so.
Yeah.
Because let's not get it fucked up. It's big cash. I can throw my camera in the river right now and still be at the house with your baby mama. So don't because a lot of y'all, because I've had the problem before.
Yeah, I knew he was coming, man.
Niggas be and they be females too. Oh, he only got a camera so he can see naked girls. I saw you naked before I had a camera.
Facts.
I was with your baby mama before I got a camera. So a lot of y'all weirdos are saying that weird shit about me. Let's get it clear. First of all, I get money. Second of all, I'm handsome. Third of all, I'm really him. Not even trying to like boost myself up.
Talk heavy, Cash.
But
Talk heavy.
I do get tired of people trying to play me sometimes because I've been tried before. I've been tried to be played, but I never say anything.
Mm-hmm.
And like my girls behind the camera right now, most of y'all not even badder. Fuck that. None of y'all are badder than the woman that I'm with. My bad. None of y'all badder than the woman I'm with. So don't ever get it fucked up. I don't have to use my camera to be in front of no woman. I've been in front of plenty of women before I even picked up a fucking camera. So don't get it fucked up. I just wanted to put that in there because y'all be having me fucked up. But let's get over here to you, Bone.
Yeah.
Because you are a man that's with a model. Now, when I first met my girl, she was somewhat into modeling, but she got more into it when she met me.
Right.
So I never was in a situation where I was taking her to sets and stuff like that, you know, with a different photographer. He might see her naked, he might see some skin. I've never been in that, you know, in that situation. So saying that, I'm asking this. How do you feel about being in that world, being the husband of a fine black sister? Clap it up for her.
I was gonna say that.
I'm talking about fine black sister.
You said it right there. You know what I mean?
And niggas don't
So you said it right there.
in a chocolate black sister.
Exactly.
Let's
Talk heavy.
in chocolate.
Talk about
and
it.
she beautiful.
Talk
so
about
it'll some niggas don't get to see that kind of beauty without being a photographer.
Exactly.
A lot of niggas don't.
Exactly.
I don't want to say no names. A few of them come to mind. I might say some names. It depends on how I feel today. Right now, I don't feel too. Yeah, I don't feel too Drake-ish right now. You feel me?
He said he ain't driving no disc right now. I would say the biggest thing when it comes to, you know, first I met her modeling. Like I used to, you know, talk to her on the messages. I used to like all the photos. I would always, you know, speak life into her on the messages and things like that. So when I met her, she was modeling. So once, you know, I manifested the union and it became what it is, it was just like I'm not gonna stop her or control her for what she's doing. That's just not for me to do.
Yeah.
And I've been on sets with her where it was some skin being shown. There was a photographer there. It was another model that was there, but it was never one of them type of situations where I was more concerned about him. I was there for my wife. You know what I mean? I was there for her passion, and I know this is something that she's passionate about. And, you know, once that part is done, you know, we back to life. And the biggest thing for me is I'm confident in self first.
Yeah.
Like I love me first. And that's the biggest thing. I love me first. Anything that my wife provides is an asset to what I already have.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Vice versa. I speak life into my queen, and I want her to know that love you first. You're supposed to love yourself more than you love me.
Yeah.
And then after that, anything that I provide to you is an asset to what you already have. So once we, you know, come to that understanding and know that that's what it is, it's real easy and simple. I know who my woman is outside of modeling. That's the woman that I lay next to. That's the woman I build with. That's the woman we laugh, joke, the whole 9 yards. Modeling is her career.
Yeah.
People have careers as a doctor. People have careers as a lawyer. What's the difference is my wife wanted to model, and she beautiful. Why wouldn't I allow her, I don't like to use that word, why wouldn't she want to exercise her beauty in a way that brings, you know, some type of, what's the word I want to use, joy to her? That's not for me to stop that.
Yeah.
A lot of men are insecure. Let's just put that out there. There's a lot of you men out here that's insecure, and you get with a woman, and she beautiful, and she models and stuff like that, and now you talk about you don't want her modeling, and that's not the case. You're just afraid because you're not in a position, and you think that another man who's going to be better than you is going to come and take away from you.
That's facts.
That's what it is. I'm not that person. In every single sunrise that I have, I try to place myself in a position that my wife is safe. That way I don't have to worry about that. You're not going to bring my wife some flowers and smile at her and think that's going to pull my wife. That's not going to happen. I do that every day. You know what I mean? So you're not going to do that. You got to come bigger than that. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest thing.
You got to do it way bigger.
You
than
have
that.
to.
Yeah,
you got to do it bigger than that.
I say that when I bring niggas around my girl, and when I say niggas, I bring niggas around my girl, and I be like, you don't have to put up that front, man. You know how niggas get around females and they start acting all funny.
Yep.
And you wasn't dancing before she got here. Why you dancing now? And it's like, nigga, you got to do way more than that to take my girl from me, nigga. She like to eat. It's a certain way that she like to do things in the bed. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas got to learn. I tell people all the time, once you learn how to love somebody, it's hard to like take that person away from that person. You know what I mean?
I'm glad that you said that. That's exact. A lot of men don't take the time to learn their women. See, I know my woman. I know her likes, her dislikes, her wants, her needs. I know the things that she may be thinking about next sunrise. I can guarantee certain things within our union because I know my woman. I can look at her and say, yeah, something going on. She ain't feeling it. I can look at her and read her mind sometime without her even saying something because I take time to learn every aspect of who Jasmine is. Yeah. You know what I mean? That way, if something is going on, I know how to counteract the emotion or deal with the emotion that's on hand. And a lot of men don't do that. They just, you in it for self, and you gotta stop being in it for self. If you learn your woman and you respect her as is and do the things that it takes to just keep, and it's the small, minute things. A lot of men think you gotta be buying Gucci bags and all that. And it's cool. It's nice to have nice things from time to time. But it's the minute things that matter. Putting gas in her car, opening her door, making sure she got a coffee in the AM when it's time to go to work, making sure you get up just to make sure you see her off. It's the little things. Telling her you love her, telling her she matters, telling her how beautiful she is. I'm not in nobody's posts or Instagram photos. I'm in nobody's stories. I'm not liking no females' pictures. I'm not liking no if we doing business together and you're a woman, my wife is going to be there. When I leave and I go places, my wife know where I'm going, how long I'm going to be there, and when I'm coming home. And it's vice versa. A lot of people think, oh, you got to do all that. And nah, my wife does the same. This is something that we have. My wife has my phones. When we in the car, she takes my phones because I have nothing to hide. Because that's a level of respect that I want my queen to know that she has. Like, nobody is higher, nobody is below you. You are it. You get what I mean? And she can tell you, man, I've had issues with my kinfolk behind my wife because I stood on 10 when it came to her. Yeah. You know what I mean? My mom, that's my earth. I love my mama, but my mama know my wife come first. You know what I mean? She exactly. And a lot of men are not providing the space for their women. You want your woman to be a submissive woman. You got a lot of men, I want my woman to submit. Well, how you want her to submit when you're not giving her a space to be submissive? You can't be talking down on your woman and call her all kinds of names on a daily basis, but then think you're going to get some later on when y'all go to bed. That's facts. But then you complaining because she's not giving you nothing. Her body is not, women work off emotion. So her body cannot even get into the space it needs to be in to give you any kind of intimacy when you talking down on her. Or you liking other girls' posts, or you talking to other women. That doesn't breed a healthy relationship. And for the record, a lot of people don't understand, like, me and my wife have went through things. We have had debates. This ain't cookies and ice cream over here. This is heavy in the trenches with me and my wife. But what we have learned is, one, black love is it. We've learned that. Two, we have children, and we want our children to see, and a lot of people wouldn't know how we act. No, our children see us have debates, but then our children see how we deal with those debates, and then they see how we overcome those debates. And our children know that, yeah, they may have had that at 2 o'clock, but by 5 o'clock, we eating dinner, and we didn't forgot about it, and we didn't moved on to our next sessions. So I think the biggest thing is just learning your partner. And that's the thing that her and I take time to do, is just learn one another and learn our discourse and my wife got a look that she does that I know, like, yeah, I'm gonna leave her alone. Let me back out, you know what I mean? And then she knows it's certain, when I get to a certain, what's the name, I'm just, I exit. You know what I mean? Because, and another thing, stop putting your hands on your woman.
Please.
You fuck nigga.
Stop putting your hands on your woman.
Bitch ass niggas.
You
For
bitch
real,
ass nigga.
Stop putting your hands on your woman. No man should ever put his hands on his wife. You can't talk to your queen and you can't have a conversation because you should be able to have a calm conversation about things, it's gonna get heated sometimes. Don't get it twisted. I'm an Aries. Like I'm you know what I'm saying? Like I'm an Aries, so it's gonna get heated sometimes. But at the same time, you gotta learn how to talk, and you gotta learn how to let it go, and stop using what y'all was beefing about yesterday in an argument that you having 3 days later. Stop bringing that up. You dealt with that. Deal with it. Once it's dealt with, leave it alone. And I think that's what makes us work. And in her career, I know a lot of the men she had photographed with, some of the photographers she photographed with. I've been on scene with a few of them. I've met a lot of them. You were one that I met for real. I met a couple of other ones for real. So I've seen her line of work, and she never has put me in a position to feel like something is going on or something that's. I've never been in that position. Even when I was on scene with her, which I had to respect the situation because my wife don't play no games when she in her modeling mode. Like she be serious. So when I was on scene with her, she had to check me because I was trying to move and do all my what's the name? And she like, baby, stay still, don't move. I got you. And I backed off. Like I stood still and listened to what she said. So I think it's just being in the environment with her and understanding that who we are is outside of the careers and who we are within our home. And that's what I'm focused on, who we are within inside our home. What's going on in our careers, as long as I can support my queen and make sure I'm there and make sure I can provide the space for her to thrive, that's all that matters to me.
But now, and I'm gonna say this because this is why a lot of women these days want to date older men. Not in a bad way. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
41.
41. I'll be 37 June 26th. So my girl's she'll be 26 on the 12th. She's younger. So how old are you, Jasmine?
I'm 34.
34. See, this is why women is dating older men because we mature different when we're older. A lot of women they get with these young guys and they got stuff going on. They're not really pursuing nothing, not really tasting other thing other than money and pussy. So when you get with an older man and he has a purpose, you're a man with a purpose. You're a man that has a destiny and that's actually working towards something. So when you get with a man that's older and he has a purpose and he's moving within that purpose, that's when you get a more mature man and a man that can have a conversation and can talk to you about things, because I can't tell you how many things that I've taught her. I had to get her out of the mentality of just being with men for survival. Now she's with a man because she loves that man.
Facts.
She supports everything that I do. She never second guesses anything that I say. She be like, I know Big Daddy's gonna get it done.
Right,
I've
indeed.
seen him do it.
Right.
You feel me? She supports everything that I do because she's seen me go from that to this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
So you seem like the type of man that you have a lot of qualities that I have. You're a man that has a purpose. So when we say things, they believe it because they've
Speak
seen
life.
us do it. You know what I'm saying? So they respect us on a higher level, on a different level than a normal nigga. Because we ain't normal niggas, we
Facts.
kings.
Speak
That's
life.
right.
First of all,
That's
we
Speak
right.
kings.
life. Say that.
So and so when
Say
when I go on social media and I see that these females be putting these crowns on clowns, and I be in their comments like, who the fuck is this? What is he doing to deserve to be a king? Oh, because we're together and I'm a queen.
No.
You're not even a queen.
Queen. Exactly.
So
You
how's
don't
this
even know
fuck
what that
nigga
definition
king?
is. Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Now, so it's an oversaturation of all these kings and queens when you're not really that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like social media has made so many people delusional.
It has.
So many people
It's
delusional.
watered down
It's-
relationships.
Oh my God, it's so bad. And
It
then and you got these people that just think they're so much more than what they are. And I'm like, you haven't showed us anything to make us feel like that you are who you say you are.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
You
So-
get 10 seconds
Ain't
of it.
doing no work behind the scenes.
And none.
You
None.
ladies,
None.
whoops. You do one photo shoot and you say, I'm a model. That's not how that works, baby. That's
That's
not how that
it
works.
Not at all. Not at
Talk to
all.
him, Jasmine.
Real,
Talk to him
not
some
at
more.
all. I'm about to say that's real.
So I want to ask Jasmine this. So has there ever been a situation where you felt uncomfortable with something and then you just really had to like pass it off to your husband and be like, hey, you gotta check this, or we gotta get up out of here? Have there ever been a situation like that?
Honestly, I'm really cautious about the situations I put myself into.
So you already vetting everything before
You
it
know
even
it,
happens.
most definitely, because I pride myself on creating a safe space for him as well. So I would never even have him brush shoulders with someone that I knew was going to cause static.
And this is very important for you ladies. you don't ever make a man shake hands with a nigga that you done been with, slept with, been around in that space. You don't ever make a man, and because then when he finds out, like, so you wasn't gonna tell me that you was fucking with this nigga, but you got me shaking his hand. Now me and you got a problem.
Listen, we went to a comedy show, an outdoor comedy show. What was it, Harrisburg? Went to an outdoor comedy show in Harrisburg, and the guy that was hosting it, I guess prior to her and our union, tried to talk to my wife. So before we even got there, she informed me, like, look, the guy who's hosting it, he tried to talk to me before. I just want to let you know, blah, blah, blah. But when we got there, and, you know, he walked over, he met, it was a respect thing. She was like, this is my husband. We spoke, he talked. He was like, yo, I'm glad to have y'all here. You know what I mean? It's not something that I walked into.
Yeah.
I knew before I got there that he was hosting. So, of course, I know that I'm going to see him. But when we got there and she introduced me immediately and let her know what it was, he wasn't on no disrespect. He never, overstepped his boundaries and none of that. It was left there. So, again, like she said, she had never put me in a position for anything to happen. When we first got together, somebody from the past tried to intervene again. He kept trying too, boy. I give him that. He was relentless. That boy was relentless. And I'm the type of individual. I let my God queen handle it first. Like, she came to me, babe, that's what it is. I'm like, okay, like, what you want me to do? I got it. Say less. Boom, it happened again. She came to me again. Babe, da-da-da-da. Okay, what you want me to do? I got it. Say less. Because I believe in her. If she say she got it, she got it. I ain't gonna argue with her. I'm not gonna overstep that. So the third time when it came, it's like, now my wife done told you twice. So now I'm gonna intervene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now I intervened, said my few words, because I'm not heavy on the back and forth. I said what I said, and that was the end of it. And we haven't had anything since then. The whole thing is this. Like this is what I say about men. This is what I say the difference between men and boys.
Yeah.
A man is not going to jump in another man's wife's inbox and girlfriend, whatever the case may be. He's not going to jump in the inbox and try to show advances toward her, knowing that she's involved, regardless of what the situation may be. Men don't do that. A lot of boys do that, and they think it's okay and it's cool. And what they fail to realize is, like he said, like Kash said, we come from an era, man, where dudes was getting their head bust behind that.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up in the hood where I seen multiple dudes get shot or killed behind messing with somebody's girl or their baby mom. And this era that we live in now, they have no respect for it because we live in this toxic culture. Me and my queen on the ride here, we was listening to a bunch of songs, and all them songs was toxic. We was laughing like, this toxic. It was a bop, but... And I think what happened is the toxic culture has formed, and now it's here. It formed back then, because if you listen to a lot of 90s R&B, it was toxic. They kept trying to get with this person, man, and this person, girl. And I think now that toxicity has now formed into what we have now.
Yeah, but at the same time, this is what I tell females all the time. I put it on my Snapchat every few days. You will be treated the way you present yourself.
Facts.
And when I say that, I say this. Now, in your case, you're a professional doing what you're doing. But in the other case, if you're a girl, you shaking your ass and you got your titties out and your coochie out and all that stuff like that, you can't expect for a man to look at that every fucking day and approach you with respect. Now, this is what I tell my queen. You are a reflection of me.
Facts.
You can never be out here having niggas in your inbox, doing this behind my back, doing that, because they, at that moment, that's when they gonna think I'm sweet.
Sweet, exactly.
Right.
Now they can play with me because they done played with you.
You are correct.
You can't be out here misrepresenting your man. So a nigga can't get no smile from you, no motherfucking quick glance and a wink, none of that shit. Because as soon as a nigga feel like you can, there's an opening, he gonna play with you, then he gonna play with me. Now the nigga dead. You feel what I'm saying? So I tell women all the time, please, if you're with a king and he is doing shit and he's moving, he got motion, he ain't doing nothing but taking care of his family, making sure you good, making sure the kids good. Please, behind the scenes, represent like you would represent represent like he's the king.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day when there was real kings, man, you couldn't get the queen
because they knew better.
the step out of boundaries on that
she knew
king.
better.
That's right.
Yeah, because nigga, it was a beheading.
Yeah, I'm about to say back then it was a beheading. Like it was a little bit different then, but that goes in the same manner though. You know, for me,
they can still get beheaded today.
I'm going to jail for 30 years, 30 nights. You know what I mean? But that goes in the same manner for me, for real. Like the biggest thing for me is, like I tell my wife all the time, I don't want no woman to think that she got any in whatsoever, and I don't ever want to disrespect my woman in any manner. So just like I ask her to do the same for me when she walking out here, because she represent me, I represent my God Queen the same way when I'm walking out and doing what I'm doing. So I got to make sure that I'm leading in the right way. So and people know, like everybody knows when they see me, oh, that's Jasmine husband. You know what I mean? Because I have cemented that. We have cemented that, and it's the same vice versa. That's bone wife. You know what I mean? And that's how I like it. I don't want nothing else. And to keep it that way is, again, I'm not liking no posts. I'm not showing up. If it's a female involved, my wife should be there. Like I don't think no man should be sitting in a room with a woman and your wife not there. My wife needs to be there. This protects everybody.
I understand what you're saying, but it's a little bit different for me. Like me and Precious go back and forth with why you liking her status, why you in the inbox, being nice to him, whatever. This is business.
Yeah,
I need to be a certain way for anybody to want to do business with me. And
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Having conversations,
Can I speak
being
on
a little friendly.
on what you're saying?
Go ahead.
Okay, because the way you just broke that down, my husband, we own a junk removal business. And just a few days ago, one of his clients that they've been rocking with us for a while, spent lots of money, was really sick in the hospital. My husband took it upon himself to deliver her chocolates, flowers. And when I tell you, it like she's never had that. So like she went online and was talking about the business and was really hyping us up. So it's like when you are a business owner, to move in that manner is not it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and because a lot of people start doing something one time and be like, oh, I own a business and blah blah blah. Like, nah, sis, it's a whole lot than just Facebook posts and your friends and all that stuff. Because my business now, it carries too many people. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand when you have a business and you just in it for yourself and you just making a couple extra dollars. This is my livelihood. This is how I feed my children, my family. I got Precious, and y'all know Jenna. I got Jenna, that's my baby mama. I got bills to pay over at her house because she can't do it alone, which she shouldn't because she has my children.
Right.
I got 2 sons. I got vehicles. I got bills. Precious got bills. We stay together. So it's like, it's a lot going on. You can't just jump into something and be like, oh, I'm a business owner. It don't work like that because there's a lot of stress behind those Facebook posts that we post up. And y'all see us, well, we got motion, we doing this, we doing that. Most of the time, niggas, shit, we ain't rich.
I'm trying to tell
you. Know what I'm saying? And we have to continuously work 24/7. It's actually harder owning a business than having a 9 to 5.
That's true.
I tell people all the time, a lot of people think when you own a business, like you just got all this money. And what I try to make people understand, owning a business is not about you automatically you just become this millionaire. That's not it. Owning the business gives you a sense of freedom because now you can move in a manner that you want to move in, and you control that manner how you want to move. Vice versa, working a 9 to 5 where let's say a party, something going on, or your kids are having something as far as like a school event, you got to try to call off. We don't have to do that. I just say, you know what? All right, I'll schedule around what I got to do. But what I will say is being a business owner is a lot that's involved behind the scenes, paying taxes, promotion, doing your pricing, getting your monthly income, making sure your profit and what's the name is adding up. Like, it's so much more to that. So if you're not filing taxes every year on your business, you don't have a business. What you have is a side hustle. When you start filing taxes on that business every year, and you got to the government start taking half of what you done made that year, and you start seeing your profit annually, then you can say now you in business.
If you're not registered in the state of Pennsylvania,
thank you.
You don't own a business.
Exactly. You don't own a business.
Everybody's not a business owner. Y'all ain't no business owners. I got a real estate client. She's a broker, actually. So she is the one that sends the agents out. So she's the biggest.
Right.
So with her, she wants to see my driver's license. She wants to check my registration with PA. She want to make sure all of my shit's in good standing. Like she want, like most people can't. They don't have the resume for that. You know what I mean? And she'd be like, "Well, what have you done? Can I go to your website, whatever?" Say, I don't work with websites. I work with Linktree. You ever heard of Linktree?
I do.
It's pretty much the same thing.
It is.
You get the book. You can send a link there so they can book. They can see your Instagram, your TikTok, all that shit. So it's basically a display of your work. Anyways, but if you can't send people stuff like that, like they can go look and see that you are actually registered in Pennsylvania, you don't own a business. You
Not
have a
at all.
hobby.
You have a hobby.
You have a hobby. You make money from your hobby.
Exactly.
Because a lot of y'all are actually putting yourselves in a fucking hole by letting people know that you're doing something, because the IRS is gonna find out soon,
About to
sis.
say.
Don't let that, and especially if
say.
you're selling food. Now I know I be selling food sometimes, and I actually gonna do something this week. I'm gonna have some hot wings, actually like different flavors. But anyways, don't let them catch you selling food if you ain't got no safe serve. That's what it's called.
Safe
Ooh,
serve.
safe
Yeah,
serve.
Yeah, safe serve. You ain't got no shit. Y'all better stop telling all them people what y'all be doing if y'all not registered doing that stuff.
And the crazy
Especially if you're making a living doing it. Now,
Exactly.
if you're doing it every now and again, it's something fun that you do, a little hobby, I feel like that's cool, because I don't sell food all the time. But if I was making a career out of it, and this is basically how I feed my family, go get what you need to get, man, because somebody is a hater out there recording
Yep.
everything you doing, and as soon as they get the
Pocket
chance,
watching.
and they gonna tell on your ass. I promise you, because motherfuckers be like, oh, I'm finna do this to Cash, do that, and no the fuck you ain't. You going to court. You're going to court. You think you about to say whatever and do whatever with me. You're going to court, and don't forget that, man. You know, no offense to Jenna, that's a queen in my life. Jenna White, she can't wait to take y'all to court. So don't get it for and Precious half white. So they both together, they can't wait to take y'all ass to court. So don't come over in this side thing you can do and say whatever you want to. Your ass going to court. And I'm gonna come up in that motherfucker with I don't ever wear no suit. I'm gonna have on one that day. Y'all better believe I'm a very I ain't go to college. I'm a very intelligent nigga. Y'all be surprised I bust up in that court. Y'all be like, ain't no way this nigga know all this shit. Yes, way it is.
She said she white. Y'all going to court.
You going to court, nigga.
I totally understand that, man. And you definitely want to stand on that as well, for real. But
Yeah, we stand on Benny.
For real. And back to the business situation, man. Like I say, ain't nothing wrong with having a hobby or having a side hustle. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing
I
wrong
salute
with it at
anybody
all.
trying to
Just be careful.
be better within self. But like you said, man, just be careful, because the way the IRS is now, they want everything. You know what I mean? Like they came.
They checking Cash
I'm about
apps.
to say they checked my Cash App the one time, because it was like I want to say I got audited. But it was like a small audit, and they wanted to see everything, which everything was fine. Like, you know, one thing about us, we make sure we file, we make sure we do everything we're supposed to, and everything is legit. But it really gave us insight on how serious the IRS can be. Like, they don't play no games. So that was one of the things that's, you know, catapulted us to be more business savvy, whereas though make sure we filing everything, making sure the taxes getting paid, your quarterly taxes is getting paid, and things like that. Because that's the biggest thing. Me and my wife just had to deal with a situation that we got taken care of when it came to the taxes, for real, because they couldn't find like some of our older taxes, which was weird. But so we had to file the paperwork, and we both had to do it. They sent it off. We sent the paperwork back, and everything was fine. But it just goes to show you how serious it can be. So if you run into business, or you having any business ideas, make sure you file with the state. LegalZoom is one of the easiest and biggest platforms that you can get your LLC through. LegalZoom also allows you to do like your will and all that other stuff. It also lets you set up for like your 5-year business plans and things like that if you want to do that. So just get with LegalZoom if that's something you want to do, but make sure you file. And some LLCs is only like $125. So if you out here claiming you getting all this money and you can't spend $125 to get an LLC, stop talking about you getting all that money.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? So because a lot of dudes is out here talking about they getting money, and you claim you got all this, and because you got a nice pair of J's on, and your car got some rims on it, like you think you cool. Man, let me say this. I want to say something that I was telling to my wife not too long ago. I don't care about streets. I don't care about nothing in the streets. I don't care about hanging out at no club. I don't care about how many homies you running with. I don't care about gang, because I don't say none of that. I believe I'm a god, so I don't even believe in no gang. But I don't do no gang or none of that. You know who I want to rub hands with? I want to run hands with the man that owned the ice cream shop. I want to rub hands with the man that owned the gas station. I want to rub hands with the people in the school buildings. I want to rub hands with the doctors and the lawyers that's in the community. I want to run hands with the business owners who are millionaires and thousandaires who sitting on acres of lands and things like that. Because that's the support that I want if anything's to happen. The support in the streets is if anything happens, y'all gonna come clapping or something gonna happen. That's not gonna help me. That's only gonna degrade me as an individual. That's not gonna progress my life, my family, my children. What's going to progress them is rubbing hands and sitting down with individuals like yourself, individuals that own other businesses and things like that, because these are people right now, as I speak, we do a podcast as well called TCD. And within that podcast, we've met so many different individuals. Well, I can get on the phone right now and call. We connected with WellSpan, a place that I've dealt with all my life. This is a hospital. But I can call these people now and say, hey, can you do such and such and such and such? We connected with the local community, the 5 departments within the community from the lady she spoke about. These are the people I want to be connected with. I don't care because you was in the streets.
I do my local mayor's hair.
There you go.
Clap it up for that.
You know what I mean? Nobody do the mayor's hair. You know what I mean? These are the connections that we want, and these are the connections that once you get with someone who you want to build with, because nobody's supposed to be alone. And one thing you spoke about, which I salute you, when you spoke about the mother of your children and how she's over there, it's good to have a healthy co-parentingship. And it's also good. Prime example, the mothers of my children, they know who my wife is. We just had a situation where my wife and the mother of my children had to be in the same area. And it was adult. It wasn't no eyes looking and turning and cussing. No, it was adult. They spoke, they hugged, they talked about the children. She told if she wanted to bring the children over, she could. That's how you adult. And if more people were like this, relationships could thrive. We got to get out of that. If you're not with him no more and he done moved on, and if you act vice versa, you're not with her no more, she done moved on, and you angry because she's with the individual or something else, you still want that person. There's some kind of feeling or emotion. I feel like that's my opinion. I feel like it's something still there because I don't control my woman. You get what I'm saying? My woman is the head. I don't believe men is the head. I believe woman is the head. I believe men is the protector and the provider, but I don't believe man is head, because how can man be head when we didn't birth nothing? The woman is creator. So how are we head of anything? I always say that. How are we head of, and this is something that some may not agree with, but my thing is, how are we head of anything when we didn't birth nothing? They are the beginning of it all. So I believe that the woman is the head because she's the one with the understanding of women intuition, understanding of babe, don't do that, understanding of you shouldn't go that way. The man is the one who leads. He's the one who says, babe, you know what? We going here tonight. And this is where we going, or this is what we doing, or I paid this, or I took care of that. When my wife looks at me, she looks at me, babe, this needs to be done. She know I'm gonna do it. There's no second guessing there. You get what I'm saying? One thing I say about my queen all the time, I just said it to baby, when you home, we eat good. You know what I mean? Because one thing about my wife, she gonna make sure I eat.
Yeah.
She's going to make sure I eat. So it's just certain things within the union and the way those things work. I think if we begin to get out of the pride as men, a lot of us men, we got this pride thing that we got to show this dominance. Why would you have to show dominance over a person that you're supposed to love? It should never be a dominance type situation. It should be an understanding. And these are things I had to learn from my woman. Just like I've shown her things, my woman has taught me so much, and she has learned me as an individual because, like, again, I'm an Aries, so I'm a lot. Like, I ain't gonna hold you, I'm a lot. And I like things a certain way. I'm very logical. Like, I don't think how everybody else think. If you think that the sky's blue, I'm telling you it's genetically made. You get what I'm saying? I think outside of what the norm thinks. So it's a lot harder for me to see certain things and be like, I'm okay with that. So I do her, with me and my wife, what's the word I want to use? I test her a lot to make her better and give her a better understanding of what life really is. Baby, don't think like that. I know that's how you've been thinking your whole life, but try to see it this way. But there's other times I have to bend because I have to realize that, you know, my wife right. Let me sit down and shut up. You know what I mean? She was right there. And it's been times that I've said some things that I had to go back and look at myself like, she was right. So let me go apologize. Let me go. You know what? You were right. I apologize. I was wrong. I shouldn't have did that. I'm not going to do that again. And I make sure that I do not do that again. And if I do it again, I catch it quick. You know what I mean? We've had that. We've had that. So if people start doing that in relationships, I promise you, a lot of relationships would work. Start understanding your partner, learning your individual. Stop trying to be dominant over your woman. You don't have to be dominant over your woman. You don't have to be. To me, that's a sucker. That's just how I look at it. You beating your hands. If your woman tell you something or you try to do something, you got to put your hands on. That's a sucker. You mean to tell me you can't walk away? You can't take 5 minutes and say, you know what? It's a couple times I'll be like, you know what? I'm sick of you. I'm out of here. And I walk off. It's, nigga, I'm sick of you too. And I walk off and we go on about our business. But guess what? Before that moon hit, and my baby got that outfit on, whatever we was talking about earlier out the door. You know what I mean? So I just think I think that the love aspect, the word of the love aspect is action. And I think stop saying you love her and stop saying you love him if you're not gonna act on it. The action is what it is. I can tell you I love you all the time. That means nothing. My daddy say that all the time. He say, because my dad is not the type of person who will say I love you and all that. But he shows it. And he always say, Tony, why I gotta tell you I love you when I show you? Facts. Because the word don't mean nothing to last for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the action continues on. So if you're doing the things, I don't care if you never told me you love me a day in your life, but if you showing me, you don't have to tell me. My father don't gotta tell me, show me.
Bone on here, dropping gems.
My fault, man. I didn't mean to take it. You know what I mean?
That's my baby.
He done took the whole
That's my baby.
podcast.
It's my fault, man.
So we're gonna start wrapping this up. I
Yeah,
wanna
for sure.
I wanna ask Jasmine. So in your modeling career right now, where do you see yourself heading? And like, what's the end goal for your modeling career? Are you wanna transform that into something else, or are you gonna keep doing the modeling thing? So where are we at with it, and what is the future for it?
I feel like marriage has put me in a different mindset. Like, I feel like I want to commercialize myself. I'm not super excited to go in front of a camera in my bra and underwear like anymore. Like that used to be like so super cool, and I can make a couple dollars doing that. But it's like I like that my husband gets to see me. You know what I mean? And like he appreciates that. I don't want everyone else.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
No,
do you feel
I understand
me?
because I told the same thing to Precious. I said, now that you're in like a serious relationship, me posting you with those kind of, because we did a photo shoot recently, and she actually said, I don't feel comfortable doing this anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather, if you want to do modeling with me, I'd rather be in like a nice dress, like her last two her last two birthday photo shoots are themed.
Yeah.
So now she does these big themes every year. Like, she doesn't really care for it. She's more focused on helping me as the man in the relationship and as the king of the village, the chief of the village, get to where we need to go.
Facts.
Me,
So she's
exactly.
she's way more interested in helping me with that than to indulge in her own thing. So I don't know how you feel about that, because
No,
every woman
definitely.
isn't like that. Some women do want to, make sure they be like, oh, I want to help my king, but at the same time, I want to make sure I'm taking care of myself as well.
That's exactly how I
I
feel.
mean, and she takes care of herself as well. She still has a great career in childcare, but it's like, when it comes to the business, she puts that above like
And
herself.
I want to make one thing clear really quick before we get out of here. My husband didn't push me to make me conform to be any less provocative, or you know what I mean? That was solely on myself and on my conscience and on the way I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm realizing that a smile can make more than a baby oil butt. Okay? So and that's where I'm at with it. And I'm happy.
Because a lot of dudes haven't understood this yet in their life. Women are way more powerful than we are.
Speak.
If you look at
Speak,
history
King.
and everything that's ever happened in
Speak
history,
life.
a lot of the stuff that's happened in history that went from up here to down here was because of a woman.
Come on.
And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm just telling you that women are very powerful, and a lot of women don't know the power they possess.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
There's a lot that you can get done without having to do what you're normally doing. You know what I'm saying? Just like she said, a smile can get her paid more than an oil butt. Who don't want to see oil booty? But knowing that she has the power and to use that power with the right people,
Speak life.
that's the most powerful thing a woman possesses. You know,
Speak life.
knowing that she has that power. See, a lot of women these days don't even know that they have that power, so they use their body, and their vagina and all that stuff, and then at the end of the day, what happens to the nigga that you was with? You thought she was gonna keep that nigga because you gave her some pussy?
Nope.
No, ma'am. Nope. That nigga's gone. This is what men need from women these days. I'm telling you what they need.
Real.
They need realness. They need security. They need affirmation.
Yeah.
All you got to do is pump a nigga up. Be his biggest cheerleader.
Listen. I don't mean to cut you off, Cash, but that's 100%. The biggest thing that my wife has done that no woman has ever done in my 41 years on this universe is she speaks life into me.
Exactly.
And when I say it get to the point sometime she does it so much that I be looking at it like, yo, stop playing. Like, you know what I mean? Because she does it so much. And it make it like he said, you said something with that, Cash. It makes me as a man, it gives me the ambition to thrive. Because my woman, even when I'm down and I'm feeling out, my woman look at me in my face and say, baby, you got it. Like you gonna do this. You got this.
How many women think because they gave me some coochie, they gonna get the same life that Precious gets?
You're not.
And I'm gonna tell women this. You're not gonna get the same life that I'm gonna give her or Jenna because you aren't the kind of woman you think you are.
You're not.
A lot of women get it fucked up and think because they think they're something that they're not.
Yep.
You're not the woman you think you are.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It takes more than just giving your body away to a man.
Yep.
And I got a friend on Facebook right now. I swear to God, I see her with a different nigga. 2-3 niggas every couple weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And she be like, I'm single now. I'm single again. I said, this what you do, sis. Tell a nigga when you first meet him, you ain't giving him no pussy. Secondly, tell a nigga he ain't moving into your house. Thirdly, tell that nigga you ain't giving him no money. See how many niggas you got then.
And why you
say that.
Listen, and why you said that, I'm about to say hit it for the one time. It's crazy that you said that because a lot of people don't know when I first tried to talk to Jasmine, she turned me down. She actually told me no. And she was like, nah, you got too much going on. Like, you need to. And I heard her. Like, I listened. And I was like, okay. She said, I got to do this, I got to do that. Because this is how much I wanted her. Okay, I got to do this, I got to do that. All right. So I went and did this, and that. So when she hit me, she saw me again. This time I was ready for her. And this time she spent the bend and we here now.
Hey, that's powerful.
You know what I mean? So
she
it goes to show you what you just said, Cash. Women, remember who you are. That's the biggest thing.
Take
if I can
your
get
power
women.
back, baby.
Remember who you are. You are powerful. You are the beginning of it all. Without you, there is no us.
Yeah.
And if you remember who you are, you will stop giving yourself away for a smile, a blunt, and a drink.
A blue thumb.
You know what
Stop
I mean? And because these dudes out here is not really caring, man. And like Cash said, if you promoting yourself in a manner, you can't. Me and my wife was just talking about that on the way here too. You can't be out here acting like Suki Honda and them, and then get mad when a little young boy try to hit on you, and now you want to cause a scene. You can't do that.
I literally see a female put her whole pussy on the internet and then come back to another inbox to another thing saying, I don't know why all these niggas in my inbox. You just showed us your pussy.
You just showed us your what's the name. You just
I mean, what do you think was going to happen?
Exactly.
You make yourself available to the lowest of the low. Guess what you're gonna be? You're gonna be getting the lowest of the low. But you put yourself on a pedestal and you make yourself high. You attract what you are, and you will be treated the way you present yourself. That's what I want y'all to take today. Here, take it.
Yes.
You attract what you are, and you will be treated the way you present yourself. Let me give you another gem real quick. I was with Jenna for 11 years. 11 years I was with Jenna. No, it's a little shorter, but I've been knowing Jenna for about 12 years.
Right.
I've been with Precious about 2.5 years. Ask me how many men are inside of Jenna's inbox right now knowing that I'm with a whole nother woman.
Right.
None. You want to know why? Because she's never carried herself like she was a hoe.
Yeah.
She never made herself look like she was available.
Right.
And you will not be in my baby mama inbox thinking that you about to be any less than what I am.
Speak life.
You got some big shoes to fill, nigga. And you ain't about to be in her inbox if you can't fill those shoes. Now, Precious, I even know I said earlier, I was like, niggas don't be in Precious' inbox.
Right.
They see who she with. They go, when they see her page, they go to look at my page. I can't fuck with that. Sticks got a fucking heart. I can't fuck with that. You know what I'm saying?
Shit,
There's
Cash,
nothing you
yeah.
can offer my girl.
Right.
Nothing. What are you going to do for her?
Right.
Let's keep it real. No homo, no diddy. You might even have a bigger penis than mine.
Right.
You don't even know how she orgasms.
Right.
I don't even think that makes her orgasm.
And that's I'm glad you hit on
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Because I want to touch on that just a little teeny bit before we get out of here. Fellas, learn the woman's anatomy.
Facts.
Stop thinking because you hung that you in there beating it up and you just got it now. First and foremost, you don't know if you getting the coochie. The woman knows before you even know. She saw you before you even saw her and knew at that moment if she was going to give you some or not. She even calculated the time and date that when she was going to give it to you.
She even figured out how she was going to get in your presence to
Thank you,
give
get
you
you-
the... Bro, nigga,
come on, man.
Hey, bro. I
Stop
tell niggas this,
that, man.
babe, don't I be saying that shit?
real.
Ain't no way in hell you going to try to tell me, oh, Chris be doing this and try to get the coochie. My nigga, she knew she wanted to get me coochie before she met me.
Exactly.
But then when she met me, she only confirmed that she
Exactly.
wanted to get me some coochie.
She knew.
In person when she
knew.
actually saw me.
Exactly.
So niggas, please
Stop
don't think
with
you
that,
that
man.
nigga when
You
it comes
not,
to get
man.
females. You
Stop,
think that you
y'all.
can sleep with any woman, bro? No, you can't,
You
nigga.
can't. And all women are different.
All women are different. My nigga, she knows the exact moments you want to give. She's gonna even calculate how she's gonna give it
That
to
part.
you, when and
When
where.
and where. And where.
And you thought that you was doing all
And
that.
you thought
Nah,
you was
bro.
him.
You thought
and
you
the
was
sad
him.
part about you thought you was him. And then when you get in there and you think because you hanging that you can just go all kinds of different. No, bro.
It don't
You
work
have
like
to
that.
learn. First of all, it is a known fact that a woman, her body takes 45 minutes before she is fully aroused.
That's
this
facts.
is known. It
Oh
takes
my God,
45
this
minutes
nigga's-
for a woman before she is fully aroused.
God,
So if it takes
this
her
nigga's
45
good.
minutes, what makes you think you just gonna slide in there and beat it up? And then all women are different. And then listen, if you down there and you doing the special tasting, learn, bruh, that the what's the name is in the middle. Please learn where it's at.
Y'all niggas need to find the clip.
For real,
Can y'all
man.
niggas please find the clip?
man. Y'all killing me.
Because I have been in situations where there's been women in their 30s that's never had an orgasm.
Thank you.
From head, ladies, did you know we can orgasm from head? We can. We can.
Thank you.
That's some wild shit.
I'm gonna
we
give y'all
can.
some. I'm gonna give y'all some numbers real quick, and because I am one of those guys that study the woman's anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
Only, and let me get it right before I say it, because anybody want to fact check me. I think it's only a small percentage of women that actually have internal orgasms.
Facts. That is
women.
facts.
I think it's 98%.
That is facts.
98% of women have oral orgasms
Exactly.
over internal orgasms.
Yep.
So if you don't know how to eat pussy,
Yep.
it's most likely. And then y'all niggas be thinking that you're hung and you're
Yep.
beating it up and she's squirting because you're beating up. You're just hitting her bladder.
You're just
my
hitting
boy.
the bladder, bro.
You're just hitting her bladder. And I'm telling you now, you're just hitting her bladder and you're just releasing the pee that's inside her bladder, my nigga. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You thought I got 10 inches of dick. I made her squirt from the dick. No, you made her pee on herself.
Yo, you hitting it
You
on
made
the
her pee on
nose.
herself.
I keep trying
because
to tell
most
people
women,
that, man.
most women don't squirt because most women have internal they have oral orgasms. They might get really, really creamy or something like that, and you might get something that comes out. But that squirting shit, bro, that shit's
But
now they have
isn't
said
squirt,
that
isn't it part
it's part pee and part
ejaculation?
ejaculation.
Right.
Yeah,
Facts.
but but most women aren't orgasming that way for real.
Yeah, a lot of
you
women-
would know when a woman is having
Facts.
a real orgasm, my nigga. And what y'all niggas is doing, most of y'all not giving them women orgasms.
and that's what I tell people a lot of time. I want y'all men to understand this. Just because the girl is screaming and yelling, that doesn't mean that you beating it up.
That don't mean she's enjoying it.
It's not. Sometimes women will do that because if you know about the animal kingdom, it's a certain monkey female that goes around and she messes with all the male men she can just to get pregnant. And the whole time she's having sex with them, she's making all this weird noise because it makes them ejaculate. It's the same with when you're involved in a sexual intercourse. When the two of you are intertwined, it becomes spiritual. And that's a lot of people don't realize. That's why you shouldn't be messing with all these different, well, I can take y'all there. That's why you shouldn't be messing with all these different women and men, because every time you mess with this girl or that man, you taking on other spirits. So when you spirits intertwine, that's what I call sex, spirit intertwining. You learn things within the body, how the body moves, how she moves, the certain things she likes, what she don't like. Now, once you form and learn her body, you go over here with this one, That's a whole new setup. It may have the same exact ideal parts, anatomies, and things, but it's a whole new setup. So what you did over here with her, you can't take that to her and think you're gonna please her and think she's gonna be okay with it. That's not how that works. So if you take the time to learn your woman, you'd be surprised how powerful the sex can be if you just take the time to learn. Am I lying, baby? If you take the time to learn, you'd be surprised how powerful the sex can be if you learn one another's body and emotions.
I'm gonna throw y'all this last gem, ladies, and then we're gonna get up out of here. The last gem is you're not crazy because you're crazy.
Speak.
Most of y'all are crazy because you took on too many men's DNA.
From the
Stop letting men ejaculate inside of your body because you are taking a part of that DNA and it's not a part. It's a part of your DNA. You don't got personality disorder. You got DNA disorder. You got semen disorder. That's what's wrong with you, and that's why your pH balance is off. My name is Karolina Kash. My name is Karolina Kash, and this has been the KASH Vision Podcast.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank my guests for coming today, Bugatti Bone.
Man, we appreciate it, man. Thank you, man.
And I also want to thank the beautiful published model, Jasmine Johnson.
Thank you.
Y'all make sure y'all subscribe and get the episodes. Y'all know I say whatever I want to say. I don't give a fuck. Join me next time, man. Peace.
Peace out.
You need to stop.